Hello and welcome to Culture Shark, a live stream about all things pop culture. I'm Final Monkey,
And I'm Caleb.
and today we are looking at a Looney Tunes film that quietly came out and nobody saw called The Day the Earth Blew Up. It is
Yes.
currently streaming on HBO Max, and it stars Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, and Petunia Pig.
Yes.
And this is something we don't get that often, a 2D movie. I mean, I'm sure they use computers for some of it, but it is a 2D animated film, which I love. I love 2D animation, and I greatly miss
hmm
it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And if I don't want to show my cards too early, but uh, just the animation style, like this really brought me back to like my childhood, which my childhood was kind of the early to mid to late 2000s. Like I'm kind of a 2000s kid in that aspect. And I don't know, this was just this I felt like, so Cameron and I watched this. We felt like we were watching like a new animated movie premiere on Cartoon Network on like a Friday night. You know what I mean?
Sure, yes, yeah. This movie has just a constant kinetic energy through like every scene. It's just nonstop.
Yeah, definitely. Do we want to go ahead and get into just non spoilers? Because I feel like we're speaking in we're speaking in innuendo without actually telling people how we felt
Yeah.
about it.
So I grew up on classic Looney Tunes. I don't know if they were still showing Looney Tunes on Saturday mornings when you were a kid, or if they'd already moved on to like Lunatics and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. At that point, we had Boomerang though. Boomerang was definitely a
Hmm.
thing.
Hmm.
So I definitely watched quite a bit of Boomerang on Cartoon Network and WB. We were definitely looking at more Lunatics and Duck Dodgers.
And when I was a kid, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Bugs Bunny was still very popular at the time, but I feel like um, a couple of things happened. Ted Turner bought up all of the Bugs Bunny cartoons, and he put them on Cartoon Network, which was great because they would do June Bugs and just be nonstop Bugs Bunny cartoons in June. And eventually, though, they moved all the Looney Tune cartoons to Boomerang, and there was no Looney Tunes on Cartoon Network. Well, most kids didn't have Boomerang,
Mhm.
and it kind of killed the brand in the national consciousness. On top of that, political correctness was running amok, and they started saying, "Oh, well, you can't have Porky stuttering, you can't have Speedy Gonzales, and this and that, whatever." And so Looney Tunes kind of went away for a while. They would try to revive it here and there, but because it wasn't being shown every Saturday morning, Bugs Bunny as popularity is like gone.
Mhm.
He used to be the biggest thing on the planet, and rivaling Mickey Mouse, and they kind of killed it, which is a shame. So this movie, um, they made this movie. They had a Bugs Bunny movie planned, but Warner Brothers shot it down. They were also making Acme versus Coyote. It got put on indefinite hold. This movie was on indefinite hold, and then thank God for Ketchup Entertainment, who stepped in and said, "We
Mhm.
will release this film," and they are also going to be releasing Acme versus Coyote. So thanks to them, we are still getting good Looney Tunes, and hopefully we'll be seeing more. I know this didn't get a whole lot of support, but it deserves it. This is I won't say it's the greatest kids film ever, but it's a pretty good one, and
Okay, okay.
I had a lot of fun.
I am so glad that this is gonna be a good episode.
Okay. Okay.
Because I if I'm being honest, so Cameron and I, we loved this as well. There was a part of me that was like, okay, I don't exactly know his I don't know his comedy preferences. I don't know if he's gonna dig this or not.
Oh, I was laughing the whole movie. I thought
Okay.
this was a lot of fun. If I had to describe it in one word, I would say delightful. I thought this was
Oh
a
yes.
delightful film. Daffy Duck is probably my favorite Looney Tunes character,
I
and
agree 100%. I said the same thing to Cameron. Probably about midway through the movie. So
yeah, this movie's it's a love letter to old '50s monster movies, sci-fi invasion
mm,
movies,
yeah,
and
we
and it's
we
also a love letter to classic Looney Tunes, of course.
Oh, absolutely. So Cameron and I, uh, we both adored this movie, and so um, when it was over, we first of all we went back and we watched a little bit of old Looney Tunes. I didn't buy it, but I did go back and see. I was like, "Is Duck Dodgers on Blu-ray? It is on Blu-ray. I might get it." um,
Yeah, for whatever reason, it's not streaming. Most of Looney Tunes stuff is on Tubi for free now, but that one I believe is still MIA. So I don't know
yeah,
why. So
but
the plot
but
of this, real quick, or um,
Yeah, so I wasn't done because what we did was a little bit of research about Daffy and Porky specifically.
mhm.
We didn't know this. I mean, you may have known this. What we didn't realize was historically in like movies and cartoons, if Daffy and Porky are paired up, um, then that means that we're going to get a film homage. So this tracks completely because apparently there are some Daffy and Porky cartoons where we did some homages to like Ocean's 11 and homages to Good and the Bad and the Ugly. Apparently, it is a pattern. Whenever Porky and Daffy are paired up, it will be a film homage.
Nice, and they were classically paired up quite a bit in the '40s. So so the plot of this, we open up with baby Porky Pig and baby Daffy being raised by Farmer Jim. At first, I kind of thought Farmer Jim was a classic character, but no, he's a brand new character, and he was probably my favorite part of the whole movie.
He's hilarious.
Just this great father figure that is raising these two and realizing that Daffy is completely insane, even as a baby, and but he's just this great father figure,
hmm
and I guess spoilers in the first 5 minutes of the movie or whatever. He has I guess it's a death scene. I don't know. He just kind of waddles off because he's in the sky, and they're all
Yeah.
crying. So I was cracking up. That was probably the funniest joke I thought in the movie. Uh, just his animation
Oh,
and everything.
yeah.
It's so
Um,
funny.
yeah, I would think my favorite joke, which we'll go ahead and say we both love this movie. At this point, this is a gush fest. We're going to be spoiling, jokes and what because we just want to talk about this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I think my favorite joke is whenever Daffy, towards the end, is trying to like make this big speech, and it's like, Porky, you're a coward. Petunia, you're just weird. And I'm loony.
I thought it was funny that the whole film Daffy is laying eggs the whole movie, and you're kind of like, okay, it makes no sense. He's a male duck, and then they actually bring it up in the movie.
Do you know how hard it is for a male duck to lay eggs? Because at first Cameron was like, I guess this is working on barnyard rules. Do you remember
Right.
that Nickelodeon where it's like they're male cows?
Yeah, and the Odekirk was like, yeah, we just thought udders are funnier than on
Yeah.
cows, so we just put them on all the cows. So yeah, yeah. So the plot of this is Petunia, who they meet, works at a bubblegum factory, and there's a new bubblegum flavor that everybody's getting addicted to, and it turns out that uh, an alien has landed and has taken over the bubblegum factory secretly, and everybody that
Mm.
eats the bubblegum gets turned into a mindless slave,
Yeah.
and
Which
Daffy's the only one noticing it.
which, if I may, this movie had me hooked from the first scene because, like, there's something so classically Cartoon Network / Warner Brothers about an animated movie opening with a scientist in an observatory looking at an alien crash landing on Earth. Like, that is so. That's like so Scooby Doo. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah, I agree. Like there were many classic Looney Tunes cartoons that would start with something, similar, and yeah, the movie. I will say that the plot. There's a lot of we saved the day, just kidding. We saved the day, just kidding. Like that kept happening
Mhm.
over and over throughout the film. So, I don't think it's the perfect script, but also I think it's a Looney Tunes film. It doesn't have to have a perfect script. As long as you're having a good time and
Tell
you're
me if
going with it.
tell me if this resonates with you. And I don't mean this as an insult. Like quite the opposite, actually. Do you think this is more of a movie or like an extended episode?
Yeah, it kind of felt like an extended episode, but also everything that was happening was so big and colorful. Like it felt like it needed to be on the big screen.
True, true. Which it's unfortunate that it wasn't, but at the same time, this, that's an interesting conversation to have, which is, um, are kids movies even worth putting on the big screen anymore financial wise? Because I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters is like the biggest kids movie in the past 10 years. Nobody would have seen that if it was not on Netflix.
I think it would have had like a terrible opening week, and then it would have blew up once the music got out there. It would have been like in
Greatest Showman, yeah.
Encanto, where it kind of grew later, like once people discovered the music and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the quote. I cannot find it online. When he was when Daffy was yelling at the Martian, and he's like, "You better not probe us. You'll probe us on the beaches. You will probe us on the." He's doing the Churchill speech.
Yes. It was great. Okay, so I have a question as an average Looney Tunes enjoyer, and if I'm being completely honest, um, a new school Looney Tunes enjoyer.
Mhm.
My Daffy Duck is um, it's not always malicious, but he's kind of an a-hole. This Daffy felt different than the Daffy that I'm used to
This is
2000s,
our
2000s onwards.
this is early Daffy. This is 1930s, 1940s Daffy, pre Chuck Jones Daffy.
Okay.
Once Chuck Jones showed up, then they started the Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck rivalry and him being a jerk and all that. But classic
Yeah.
Daffy, he's just a maniac. He's just
Yeah.
an idiot.
Yeah.
So
No, and I mean, I was down with it completely. Because I am used to him kind of being a jerk, and I do think, um, him being a jerk can be funny. Like I still think one of the funniest things in modern day Looney Tunes is is Pooba the Grand. I think that is hilarious. Where
refresh my memory of Pooh Bah the Grand. Is that from the new Looney Tunes?
yeah, that's from Looney Tunes show. That's whenever they go bowling.
Oh
Uh,
yes.
And he's like, "You're the Porkinator, the Marvinator, the Pizzanator," and then Pooba the Grand. He's like, "Porky, I changed my mind. You're player 4." um, Now, I do think, I love the title of this movie. I didn't notice it. This is all Cameron. The day the Earth blew up. It's because we're blowing a big bubble.
Yep.
It's really funny.
Yeah, it is a good joke.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and what's okay, this is major spoilers for our Looney Tunes cartoon. At the end of the film, you find out that oh, the alien is trying to stop an asteroid, and then I was like, oh wait, yeah, they set that up in the first 5 seconds
Yeah.
of the film. I'd already forgot about the asteroid by that point.
Yeah, it's such a this movie has a great script and you never would have thought of it.
Yeah, it really like you're like oh wait yeah that is set up, and I thought it was kind of oftentimes we will schedule these shows and there'll be odd coincidences, and right now there's that mysterious asteroid that everybody's talking about. It was like, yeah, sure, we planned this, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Everybody go get some Hubba Bubba.
Yeah.
There was one thing that I was kind of hoping for because they do the fake out at the end where Daffy and Porky they don't necessarily sacrifice themselves to save the Earth. They've already done it, but like Porky, like Daffy is kind of left behind, and Porky decides to stay with them, and so it seems like they die.
Yeah, because Brother
And
Jim told them to stick together.
yeah, which also that's hilarious
Because they're
because
stuck to go.
they're stuck together. Oh no, this I mean, like they do not shy away from the gum puns. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But what I was really hoping for, and I knew they wouldn't do it because like there's no way they. I mean, these movies were probably written too close together. But I thought it would have been funny if like Daffy appears and he's like, "He is risen, baby girl," and then Iris plays like Deadpool and Wolverine coming out. Which I mean, we do have a soundtrack in here. I appreciate the use of REM. I love REM, and I love "It's the End of the World as We Know It."
Right.
So I appreciate the use.
There's also a musical sequence in this where they play the classic Looney Tunes song. I think it's called Powerhouse.
Yes.
And it is it's kind of their take on the pink elephants from Dumbo, like that type of trippy sequence. And I thought that was great.
Yeah. Was that during their job hunt?
When they get the job at the factory to flip the switch and push the button.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't realize that was the song. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I did love their job hunt because whenever they're like working at Starbucks, and he's like, "What is this? We came here for coffee. What are you doing?"
We serve coffee here, lady. Yeah, I like how it turned into a random short Looney Tune episode in the middle of the movie. It was like,
oh yeah, no, that's what I noticed, and that's what I loved about it is it for a second there it became like we've almost got it's like these almost could have been all separate Looney Tunes shorts, like 20-minute shorts, but they put a through line to make it a movie in a way, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Another thing that because do you remember the trailer?
Yes, I do.
Trailer. I thought it looked, I was like, oh, this looks fine. I remember you didn't really like the trailer because you thought that there were too many like butt jokes. Yeah. They may have taken them out because the only one that I remember is and it was really funny. We got to make sure there are no cracks on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Daffy, no cracks on the sidewalk. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was the one, and so I mean, it made it seem like that was going to be the tone of the movie, and it wasn't. But Looney Tunes has always been edgy. They've always been, pushing the line. So, I was fine with it. And like I said, Daffy's probe jokes and all that.
uh,
Um,
whenever the invader is like, "Oh, this duck is an idiot," they'll never believe him.
yeah, and I thought the bubblegum monsters were really clever. The way they would wrap around people's brains and stuff, and have the little
Mhm.
eyeball in their mouth and all that. I thought that was all very clever.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
mean, coming from Cameron, like we said, this is kind of like an homage to Space Invader films. Like, he said specifically, this was obviously the day the Earth stood still. Um, this was Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This was the Blob. Apparently, the design for the gum monsters were kind of similar to the Blob.
yes, and there's a very clear homage to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where the film ends and the Body Snatcher points and screams, and that's exactly what Petunia did when she got infected. She did like the exact same
Yeah.
stance and everything.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I definitely I noticed that. I was like, oh my god, it's Donald Sutherland.
yeah. um, yeah. So Petunia Pig is a Looney Tunes character that usually does not get a whole lot of love. I thought she was great in this, and they don't really have
Mhm.
a whole a personality to draw from. So they had to kind of create a new personality for her. But I really liked her character.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So this is gonna sound like really weird, but I'm gonna bring it back around. Um, in modern, I have hardcore opinions on Scooby Doo,
Uh-huh.
um, and so uh, I think that Velma in Mystery Incorporated is good for that show, but the problem is in everything else since Mystery Incorporated, that's been Velma, who is
Yeah.
like, no fun allowed. I don't believe in go anything like that. Um, Petunia is what I think Velma should be going forward, just like really curious. You know what I mean?
Right.
like like
Yeah.
like 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 current Velma is like, oh well, this doesn't abide by science. Science is a hard is this hard set of rules that we must abide by. I'm like, no, it's not. That science is ever evolving. The scientist should be the most curious,
Right.
um, which in a way I kind of like that about Petunia because everyone else is satisfied with this new gum flavor, and she's like, no, this sucks. We can do better.
So did you notice this scene that I just pulled up, where they start crying and stuff and realizing that they've been jerks to each other? This is like straight out of SpongeBob the SquarePants movie. Did you notice that?
I did not, but now I know what you're talking about.
The tears free them and everything. That was the only scene I was like, oh, this I've seen this before. Um,
Did
but
you
yeah,
notice that? Did
but
you notice that whenever the laser bars shot up, it was the lightsaber sound?
I did not notice that.
Yeah.
um, but I recently watched the new the Naked Gun movie, and I thought that the plot was very lazy. Like the plot was like straight out of Kingsman, and this was just so clever and so well thought out and planned out, and so just comparing two different comedy films, this was a much better written film than that new Naked Gun movie that I had issues with. So
hmm Um, and we didn't talk about why the invader wants to protect the world because the the Earth has the biggest supply of the great resource, and they're like, "What is it? Gold? Is it silver? Is it oil?" And then he's like, "Boba." Just a giant boba tea? Boba tea.
and
Like
I can't remember who said it. I think it was Porky or Daffy. I was like, it's just tea. It's like it's no big deal.
I think that seems like a Daffy line. I think.
Yeah. But I just thought this whole movie was just a lot of fun, and I hope more people see it.
Mhm.
It is on HBO Max streaming, like we said, and
Yeah,
definitely one to check out.
I think mm, Okay, so I think this movie has been out. So I put 2024. I think that's whenever like it was shown in festivals. I don't think it was actually put on HBO until 25. Um,
And I think it had
but
a brief theater release, but nobody saw it.
yeah.
So,
Oh, it did. Back in December, it did.
uh-huh.
So I don't think that I think we're far enough away that word of mouth is not going to happen for this movie. You know, um,
Unfortunately, not. Maybe when Acme versus Coyote comes out, maybe people
yes,
say, "Hey, there's another one," you know.
yeah,
But
that is exactly what I was going to say. I think Acme versus Coyote comes out. And the thing is that one is more of a back in action Space Jam kind of movie. And we've got like John Cena in it. That's a big get. So I don't think that Acme versus Coyote will have a limited run. I think that one will just have a standard run, and I think people will go see that. And with that, they'll be like, "Oh, there was this one back in uh I don't know, when does Acme versus Coyote come out? Is that next year?"
I think so. Um, yeah. So I think one of the problems for a movie like this is there's no great way to showcase it to people because Cartoon Network is basically dead, and
Well,
so there's not a
television,
place. Yeah,
television
there's
as
not
we
a
know
place
it's
where
dead.
kids are going to congregate and see this unless it's on Netflix. I think Netflix is the one place something like this could thrive.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely. That
the
or
the
like
other option is Tubi. If it went on Tubi, then word of mouth started to spread. Oh, there's this free Daffy Duck cartoon. I could see something like that happening. But otherwise, HBO Max, they just don't have the subscribers, and they're not promoting it anyways.
yeah, and even then, I th- I think the unfortunate thing, and you're never gonna get away from this. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I've been dealing with some throat things all day. The weather has changed drastically in the past week.
Yeah,
Uh, so I think the issue that HBO Max is going to run into is it's going to be hard to compete with something like Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus because HBO specifically has been building up this reputation of being adult, serious entertainment for the past 30 years.
yeah, and the David Zaslav, love him or hate him, his job has been to make Warner Brothers profitable and to get the company ready for a sale. That is all he's been doing. And so even though Looney Tunes was like the most popular thing on their service, it wasn't making them money unless they sell it to Tubi. And so, right or wrong, they saw no profitability in this movie. That's why they shut down the Bugs Bunny movie that was also being made. And this was almost shelved also. So
I saw something about the so they've denied sales and they said something about splitting the companies. Like what's going on there? I don't really understand.
um so they've got all those HGTV properties and other stuff. So I think they're splitting it into like their Warner Brothers movie groups and that stuff. And I think the television will be separate. Um, let's see. I'm pulling up the canceled Bugs Bunny movie. It was called Bye Bye Bunny, and it was going to be. Let's see. I'm pulling it up now.
Bye Bye Bunny. It sounds like either a Bye Bye Birdie homage, or maybe like this is like Logan or No Time to Die, but for Bugs Bunny, like this is the one where he dies at the end.
So it says it's probably Bye Bye Birdie. After starring in a long-running Looney Tunes Broadway smash production, an
Yep.
exhausted Bugs Bunny decides it's time to trade in sold-out shows for life as regular rabbit. Ever the spotlight opportunist, Daffy Duck attempts to step into the lead role.
That is Bye Bye Birdie. Yep.
Yeah, and then he gets kidnapped by an obsessive fan or something. So,
Oh well,
Yeah,
that's Misery.
yeah. And then Bugs has to go rescue Daffy. That's what it would have been.
You know what that sounds like? There was that one Coen Brothers movie, Hail Caesar, where George Clooney was like the star of the movie. He gets kidnapped, and so then they have to go save him. I never.
This is a shame. I'm seeing all the background artwork they put into this movie and it didn't get made. And it's like,
Pull it up. Pull it up.
yeah. See here and share screen. Let's see. So if I scroll down here,
Singing in the Rain. Excuse me.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see her. There's Granny at the bottom and Porky. It's hard to see.
I think it's Porky. That's the hairy guy.
Well, that's Gossamer, but there's Porky down here and Granny. That's what I was saying.
Let
me see if I can pull up the pivot. There it goes.
I see.
Yeah, so there's Granny and Porky at the bottom. Yeah, so I mean they did the pre-production work and it just got canceled. And like I said, this is Warner Brothers' own fault for letting the Looney Tune brand die. There have been good things made. We both love Duck Dodgers, the series, and the Looney Tune show was great. And then I haven't been as big a fan as the most recent stuff. I haven't watched a whole lot of it though either.
Yeah, I haven't either. I think the last thing that I watched was Looney Tunes show, which I think that's free on Tubi. I watched that quite a bit.
Yeah, and that show is very underrated. Daffy is hilarious on there.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and then you got Kristen Wiig as Lola. That's price of admission right there.
Yeah, and it's a shame they did a follow-up Looney Tunes movie based on the show, all about Lola, and they didn't get her back to do the voice. And it's like, well, what are you doing? There's no point to this movie. So,
hi, Bugs. Yeah. How'd you know it was me? I always answer the phone like that.
Yeah, and her stories about how she broke her leg and all that. They're just
Bugs, I'm thirsty. Can I have a glass of milk? It's like, you know what? I'm lactose intolerant. You know what? No, I'll just roll the dice. Bring me the milk.
Yeah, that's a brilliant show. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get more Looney Tunes products, but I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen with the upcoming Warner Brothers sale. We keep hearing that Netflix might be involved, and I hear they're not, then I hear they are. You know, Netflix, that would be a great get to get all the library of Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yeah, but it's smart. Yeah, but then Netflix would bring back Zack Snyder.
You know, they say that, but I'm also like, his movies bombed on
That's
Netflix.
True. That's true. Here's the thing. I think that so I don't really remember anyone talking about Army of the Dead. I think more people watched Rebel Moon Part 1. And then after Rebel Moon Part 1, I don't think anybody watched the director's cuts or Part 2.
Right.
Because I mean, I definitely didn't. Me and my dad, we saw Part 1, and then we didn't watch anything after that.
Yeah. I think there was a high tune-in factor. I think Zack Snyder is an interesting visual director, but he's like a terrible writer and terrible everything else. So
yeah, that's why 300 is his best film, because that book doesn't have a story.
Yeah.
Although hot take, I like Sucker Punch. But yeah, I mean, I saw a clip where, and you know, you can never tell anymore what they mean in context or out of context. That even like James Gunn is not sure if he's gonna be around for DC?
Well, yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows, and his contract will be up anyways. I think next year. So,
I mean, did they only have him on for one movie?
well, I mean, I think it was going to be like, we're going to try this, and then we'll renew you if you're successful, and keep it on. But I
Yeah.
think the plan was always for him to announce a film slate to get buyers interested. Like, look, this is what we could produce if all those DC projects he announced was just for them to, show to potential buyers that, hey, these we have a whole slate of properties we can make movies on,
Yeah.
and whether we'll see all those movies and shows, I highly doubt it at this point. But who knows?
Yeah,
So.
I think at this point our guarantees are Supergirl and Lanterns, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I would say so.
Maybe Clayface.
I think you'll get the Batman 2 and Clayface. Well, Clayface is a maybe. And then this Man of Steel sequels is likely. So I think that's what we'll get. We'll see. And then after that, if I was Warner Brothers, I would keep James Gunn on as a creative, but not in charge. I think that is a better role for him. So that's just me. So yes, more 2D animation, more movies like this, and more Looney Tunes. Yes, please.
Yeah, definitely. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much else to say. Definitely go watch this movie. It's it's a lot of fun. Oh, I remember my favorite line. The goo from our roof is in the gum.
Yeah, and I like their house at the end with the
yeah.
neon sign. Yeah. Yeah, just a really fun movie. So next week we're going to go in a different tonal direction, but another animated film that came out this year, Predator: Killer of Killers. We're going to check this one out. The new Predator movie will be in theaters here, so we thought we'd check out their most recent offering and see what that's all about. So
yeah.
So that'll be next week's episode. Until then, I've been Final Monkey.
And I'm Caleb.
We'll catch you next time in the deep end.
See ya.